What's up? Plitzy Sports Gamer here, and this is a video I've been wanting to do for the past couple of days. It's been in the news, I'm sure you've heard, that Microsoft is laying off 10,000 employees. Now you're saying, oh, Microsoft's huge, they have 220,000 people, what's the big deal? 10,000 people, who cares? That's like nothing to them. 2 years ago, they added 40,000 employees. 10,000 got laid off, who cares? They'll survive, right? I have 2 points to this, and I'll lay out these 2 points in my video. But first, let's read this. Microsoft plans to lay off 10,000 employees as part of a broader cost-cutting measures, the company said in securities filing on Wednesday, making it the largest tech company to reduce staff because of growing economic uncertainty. Don't you listen to the news? Don't you listen to CNN? I'm getting political here, which I shouldn't be, but the economy's doing great. Unemployment's down. We're booming, aren't we? Aren't we booming? The White House staff saying how great it is in the country. Look at the unemployment rate. It's so far down. So why are these companies uncertain about the future of the economic situation? They should be all giddy about it. Microsoft is raking in record profits. Yet they're laying off. Speaking before the layoff announcement at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland on Wednesday, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said the company was not immune to weaker global economy. No one can defy gravity, and gravity here is inflation-adjusted economic growth. In a memo to staffers Wednesday, Nadella also cited changing demand for digital service years into the pandemic, as well as looming recession fears. We're living through times of significant change, and I met with customers and partners, and a few things are clear. First, as we saw customers accelerate their digital spend during the pandemic, we're now seeing them optimize their digital spend to do more with less. As you can see, Microsoft has 221,000 full-time employees globally, 122,000 in the US. That's kind of scary that they have 100,000 people outside the country for a US-based company. And I wonder how many of that 10,000 is US-based, or is it all over the world? I bet most of it is US-based employees who are getting the layoff. And this is going to cost Microsoft $1.2 billion in the second quarter related to severance costs, changes to hardware portfolio, and a cost of lease consolidation. So they're going to close some buildings down because they don't need them because they're laying off some employees. These are difficult decisions but necessary. And let me tell you one thing. I don't know if you saw the headline, Satya Nadella and the rich upper management of Microsoft held a private concert with Sting at the Davos WEF forum. How much did they spend to get Sting over there? I bet it was a decent amount of money. And how much of that money would be paid to those employees? And that's another thing. These CEOs, this is one of my points. These CEOs of companies across the country make so much money. Do you know what Satya Nadella makes? $55 million a year. $55 million a year. He got a 10% raise, which is $5 million. Do you think that money could be spent on employees? These CEOs are worth it? I am all for a capitalist economy. I love capitalism, and a country should be based on capitalism and not socialism. These CEOs make so much money, yet they lay off, just to try to get the bottom line for these companies. They have to have a certain amount of growth, quarter to quarter. If they don't hit that growth, you know what? They don't get their big bonus. Boo-hoo. This is just insane that these leaders of these companies make so much money. They don't care about the little person. They don't care about the employees that actually build their products, increase their profits come into the company based on their devices and all that stuff. It's these workers that they laid off are the reason why the company's making so much money, and that's why he is making that much money. Now, I'm a fan of Microsoft. If you've seen my other videos, I'm a fan of Microsoft Xbox. Sometimes you just shake your head. And they're not the only ones. As you can see from this article, Amazon announced plans to lay off 18,000 people in Salesforce, and it's cutting 10% of its staff. Facebook announced 11,000. Now you're seeing all these layoffs happening. I thought the economy is doing great, but we're seeing these layoffs. And the point is, these people are getting laid off. Yes, they're going to get a severance package. They're going to get some money for time served. With this economy and this inflation, it's tough to pay for all these groceries. 2/3 of this country is living paycheck to paycheck because they can't afford. It's crazy how much groceries cost right now. I used to work in a supermarket. People used to have like 2 carriagefuls, 3 carriagefuls of groceries. I can't imagine them paying for that much food now. We just bring home like a small bag of groceries, like almost $100. I haven't seen people with the 2 or 3 carriages full of groceries anymore. This is how the world is today. And honestly, going to 2023, I'm worried about my job too, about layoffs. I survived the 2008 layoff purge. I know 2023 and 2024 are going to be tough years for this country. Maybe the end of 2024, there'll be a change and it might get better. So I want to bring you to my second point. This article. Ex-Halo dev believes who pushed for a better game got laid off for it. Following an announcement that Microsoft plans to cut thousands of jobs, former senior multiplayer designer for Halo has taken to Twitter to criticize the tech giant. He claimed Microsoft's incompetent leadership caused stress on developers during the making of Halo Infinite and also resulted in recent layoffs. The layoffs at 343 shouldn't have happened. Halo Infinite should be in a better state. The reason for both of these things is incompetent leadership up top during Halo Infinite development, causing massive stress on these workers to make Halo the best it could be. The people I worked with every day that were passionate about Halo and wanted to make something great for the fans. They helped push for a better Halo and get laid off. As you can see from the days of the Xbox One release, and it's happened through the years, like a decade. Microsoft management is incompetent. You've seen it time and time and time again. They were doing great during the original Xbox days, but then Xbox One, they totally blew it. And PlayStation took over and hasn't given up their grasp on the gaming industry. Microsoft hasn't released good first-party games at a consistent rate. Yes, they had Gears of War, and Halo has not been the same since they let Bungie go. I hope they're kicking themselves letting Bungie go, because 343 hasn't lived up to the Halo franchise, and now they're saying now Starfield is going to be the flagship of the Microsoft instead of Halo. It just shakes my head because Halo Combat Evolved, Halo 2, and Halo 3 were just great games. And it's been downhill since. I've had some fun with Halo Infinite campaign. They dropped the ball on that one big time. And who knows if they'll ever recover once they release the whole game after many years. And you can see the continued lack of competence from Microsoft that they last 2022 was so embarrassing for Microsoft, so embarrassing. They released no games, and it's getting delayed. So they blame it on everything on that disease that spread through, but that's BS because PlayStation, I know they had their delays. On the whole, PlayStation has released their games and Microsoft has not. Truly embarrassing, and Satya Nadella really doesn't deserve all this money. They need new leadership. They need people that can actually produce. It hasn't happened. Microsoft should be a lot better than what they are. Microsoft Xbox should be in a lot better state than it is right now. You know, everybody kept on saying for the last 2 years, let's look to 2023. 2023 is going to be the huge. But they're already seeing maybe Starfield's going to get delayed. And they're banking on one other game, Redfall. You haven't seen any huge Xbox games other than those two. And I wanted to do a video showing Game Pass compared to PlayStation Plus. Quality of games PlayStation releases on their PlayStation Plus is so much better than Game Pass and Gold. Games with Gold is embarrassing. And if you look at the list between what PlayStation had released on PlayStation Essential as compared to games with Gold, you'll be shaking your head. You can be seeing why Microsoft leadership sucks. And Game Pass hasn't been that great either. You're just seeing these indie games. I know this month they released Persona and Monster Hunter Rise. Other than that, it seems like just these small indie games. Nothing big. Like Ubisoft for PlayStation has released so much more games than they have with Xbox. Where's Valhalla? Where's the other Ubisoft games on Game Pass like they have with PlayStation Plus? PlayStation just has better management, and you're showing it here. And I know I've been rambling on for a long time with this video, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think about these layoffs? What do you think of Microsoft's leadership? Do you think Satya Nadella deserves all that money and upper management deserves all that money while they're partying in Davos, while they laid off 10,000 people? Let me know. Please comment below, subscribe, and like. Thanks. See ya.